Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I hope you guys are all having a great day. Now, you may remember just a few videos ago, I uploaded a setup makeover video where I get a new desk and a new monitor, and I kind of just make my entire setup look a lot nicer. And because I didn't really go over anything in depth in that video because it was a montage, I decided to make a separate video on it, and this is what that video is. That is why this video will kind of serve as a 2020 setup tour, not really a room tour. I think that probably deserves a separate video because in this video, it's really mainly focused on the setup. You may also remember back when I had a few hundred subscribers, I did a video very similar to this where I went over my setup. However, since then, over a year ago, many things have changed and I decided it's definitely time to update that video. I will be going over everything on the desk, including the lamp and the plant, to things under the desk like the cable management. If you guys don't want to miss anything and want to see my cable management, then make sure you stick around until then. As always, everything mentioned in this video will be linked in the description down below, and because they are Amazon affiliate links, it means I will receive a small kickback from anything purchased off those links. If you guys want to directly support my channel, I would recommend using those. Alright guys, with that, let's begin the setup tour. Alright guys, so this is what it's going to look like in my room when I'm filming. You can see we have the two softboxes that light my face really well, super evenly, if that even makes sense. But yeah, I just thought you guys might want to see what it looks like in my room when I'm filming. Maybe not though, I'm not sure. But then we also have this tripod, really nice tripod. Glad I bought this instead of like a super cheap one. It was around $80, but it's still really nice. And I think it was definitely worth the money. Alright, so moving on to the actual setup. You've definitely seen this before if you watch any of my videos because it's pretty much in every single video. Now, I will be going over every single thing on this desk, and remember, they are linked in the description down below if you guys want to check anything out. I guess what I'll start off with is the chair, just because, I mean, usually most people don't even go over the chair, and I definitely would forget if I didn't start with it first. So this is an Ewin, I guess they're calling it an office/gaming chair. I have no idea exactly what model it is because I did get it around 2.5 years ago, which is why it's black and blue. But although it is kind of like a gaming chair, I think it's super comfortable and definitely not like the quality of a Herman Miller chair, but definitely higher quality than most gaming chairs are. Having it for the past 2.5 years, it doesn't really show much wear and tear, and I've never really gotten like a sore back from sitting in it for a while or anything, so I think it's a great chair. Now if I can just get it out of the way so we can go over the rest of the setup. We'll start in the middle with my peripherals. For the keyboard, I'm rocking the Corsair K95 Platinum that I've had for around 1.5 years since 2 Christmases ago, and so far I love it. I really can't say any bad things about it. I've got the Cherry MX speed switches which actuate at 1.2 millimeters, and although I don't game much, they are super nice. I can't really tell a difference when I'm typing. However, I just thought Cherry MX speed would be a nice feature to have. It does have macros. It does have all these features over here, which I'm sure gamers won't really appreciate because they kind of like the smaller keyboards. However, I love the large size and all the features it has, so I think I'm going to probably have this keyboard for another long time. Moving on to my mouse, we have another Corsair product, and actually pretty much the last Corsair product in this setup, but this is the Corsair Glaive RGB mouse. And pretty much the main reason I got a Corsair mouse is because their lighting effects can sync together between the keyboard and the mouse. So right now I have it on a nice rainbow spiral effect, and you can see, if we put the mouse right next to it, you can see the lighting effects are synced together, which I think looks really good, and who doesn't like some nice clean RGB? I do also like the shape of this mouse. It's really nice, especially with this little thumb rest there. Just keeps my thumb from sliding across the mouse pad, and although it's not the lightest mouse, I'm fine with it because I'm not really a gamer. Now, I'm sure some of you have seen this before and wondered what it was, but what this is for my SteelSeries headphones, because they have RGB around the side, it does require a USB to plug in. So they'll plug into this little micro USB, which will run back under my keyboard, back here, and then just back again. And it'll actually plug right into the back of my keyboard, which is then plugged into the PC in the back. This is all just so we can have this little nice volume scroll wheel, and of course, the RGB. Definitely a headset I recommend though. I will go over those in just a sec in more detail, but definitely I recommend those. So my mouse pad, I mean, it's not too important, but it is probably my last Corsair product in this setup. It's, I believe, the MM300 is what it's called. It is $20, but it is a really large mouse pad. and I think looks really good in any setup, especially with this wooden desk here. I think the kind of white grayish and the black makes it look super nice, and it pops really well. So my speakers are actually pretty interesting just because of their shape, I think. They're kind of like the nice circular oval shape, I guess you would call it. But I pretty much got these because TechSource, a YouTuber I love to watch, says that he loved them and they are pretty much the best sounding speakers he's ever had. And I definitely agree with that. These are super loud. They sound super good. There's no audio distortion at low or high volume. And so far, they've definitely held up really, really well. And I don't really have plans, maybe besides color, to switch them out anytime soon. Another good feature they have is that they are also Bluetooth, so I can use them with my phone if I don't want to use them with my computer. And just for my headphones, just so I don't forget, these are, like I mentioned, the SteelSeries Arctis 5s. They do have RGB around the side, which I think looks really, really good and really clean, but I pretty much got these because of their clean, simple, and modern design. They also have a retractable mic for when you're not gaming, which usually I'm not. And then these nice buttons on the side here. Overall, I just think those are a great pair of headphones, especially for only $100, and sometimes they can be found for like $85 or $80. All right, moving on to my two monitors. The bottom one is a 34-inch ultrawide from Viotech. I believe it's the GNV34DB, which I've mentioned it in a few videos, but it is the cheapest 100 Hz 1440p 34-inch curved ultrawide monitor. And that is obviously the reason I got it, because I wanted to make this, what else? Triangle design? That's what it looks like to me, but I wanted the two monitors set up to look like that, so I got an ultrawide for the bottom, and I think it looks really, really good. With its curved design on the bottom, and then its super, well, I guess not super thin, but pretty thin bezels. They're definitely thinner than this monitor. Look at that. I used to use that as my primary display. I'm kind of glad I don't now, but this is a BenQ Zoe 24-inch monitor. I got this when monitors were super overpriced. I got this for like $180. Now I would say it's worth $100. So not the best monitor, obviously, especially just looking at the bezels. Sometimes I go blind for a second when I accidentally look at them, but I think it still looks really good in this nice clean layout that I have the monitors in with it on the top. So for the ultrawide, I have desk mounted it with an Amazon Basics desk mount. I think it looks pretty good, especially because I can hide the cables behind it. See, like that. So pretty much right here, you can't see any cables coming down from the monitor, which obviously looks super clean. But I also kind of wanted it to be offset because I just think it looks, kind of cool. Maybe if you have OCD, you don't really like it, but I think it looks really good. And then for my top monitor, I actually have it wall mounted, which I think looks even better. I could have also desk mounted that one. However, I just think the wall mount looks even better, but I can also route the cables from this monitor down behind my desk mount. So there's like a lot of cables back there, but I think it looks really, really clean in the end. And then we also have these black and red foam panels around, which are in a pretty cool design. I also have more over here that I'm thinking of putting here, and then maybe extending them all the way to the edge of that wall. Not exactly sure though, need to see what that would look like first. And then just some other things on the desk surface. We have my HyperX Quadcast with this little sneaker ball that smells like dryer sheets. So I decided to add that there because usually my room smells pretty bad. What else would you expect? We also have this fake plant from IKEA, which, doesn't really match any of the colors here, but I really do think it makes the setup look a little better. And then kind of just this matte black desk lamp, which was only $20. And I did put an RGB bulb in there, so you can have some nice, colorful RGB. I was thinking of using this for maybe when I review a product, have like a colorful light in the background for one, like a clip or something. However, I haven't been able to use it for that yet. So for now, it's pretty much just an unused desk lamp that looks good with the setup, even though it's never used. And then I forgot to mention, but I do use my HyperX Quadcast for most of the audio. Obviously not right now. I'm using my Rode video mic. But for videos where I'm just sitting with the setup in the background, that's going to be the mic I'm using 100% of the time. And then I really couldn't tell you which LED strip I have on the back, but there is obviously, like you see, an LED strip on the back. Also one behind the monitors that's not very bright. You probably couldn't even tell that I had one, but it just adds a little bit of back glow behind the monitor, which I think looks pretty good. And then of course, before I forget, I'll definitely go over my desk. So this is the same, actually, concoction, I like to call it, that Random Frank P has with the white Alex drawer units from IKEA under. And then those are supporting the IKEA Carlby desktop, which actually today, Random Frank P just got a new desktop, so it's not the Random Frank P concoction anymore. However, it used to be, and I even copied him with these little furniture risers. These are not really meant to hold up a countertop, but they did come with little screws that I decided to screw into the Alex drawers. So if I wanted, I could change the countertop, even though I don't want to. And then moving on to the last part of the setup, the PC. And honestly, this is probably one of my least favorite things about this setup, just because of its specs. The processor's okay. We have an i5 8600K cooled by this, I think, what looks really good, this what is it, an Arctic Freezer 33 Esports 1, something like that. But I think it's probably one of the best looking CPU coolers that isn't an AIO. Then for the graphics card, yes, we have a 1060, easily gonna power these monitors. However, when it comes to gaming, I think my frame rates are probably going to be a lot lower than most people's. Especially now with a $1,000 PC, it would blow this one out of the water. But I do really like my Gamdias Aeolus M2 fans. I do like the RGB RAM. And then I like this Gamdias, what is it, Talos M1 case. I have videos on pretty much everything I just mentioned. Maybe I'll link them up there if I'm allowed to link that many videos. But we have the tempered glass front panel. We have the tempered glass side panel, and then we have RGB strips down the side. And then the aesthetic just looks super clean, and I love the case, especially with the fans and the RAM. Also, if you just want to hear the rest of the specs, we have 16 gigabytes of DDR4 3000 RAM, 3000 speed RAM. We have a 500 watt 80 plus bronze power supply, 120 gigabyte SSD, and a 2 terabyte Seagate Barracuda hard drive. Proud of those just because they're still very popular today. But anyway, that is it for my PC, and the last thing I'm going to show you is my cable management. I'm sure you guys have been waiting for this the entire video. So pretty much it looks a lot cleaner than it did in my extreme setup makeover video, or whatever it's called. I think I called it, I completely rebuilt my gaming setup. But anyway, I have redone it from that video. Actually, yesterday, I redid all the cable management just for this video, so it would look a lot better. And I'm actually really happy with it because now all the cables are kind of together. You can see I have my old cable clips up here, over here, because I did actually have a wire coming out all the way around here in my old cable management, which I didn't think looked very good. So now they're kind of just all together and then hidden a little bit, not really, as you can see them, but they're kind of hidden behind that furniture riser. Same thing with over here. And that one, and that one. So then you can see behind my PC, we just kind of have one little Velcro strap that makes it look a little bit better. You can see these come and go behind this furniture riser. And then we have my display port and my HDMI port, which go over this way pretty soon. You can kind of see them right there. But it's because they're so short, I just needed to route them over to my monitors as soon as possible. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this little setup tour, and let's cue the outro. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tour of my setup. If you did enjoy, a sub and a like would be massively appreciated. And after subscribing, make sure you turn on all notifications for this channel. Basically what that's going to do is notify you every single time I upload so that you don't accidentally miss a video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of my setup. I am still replying to every single comment, so if you guys have any questions or concerns, make sure you just ask me and I will definitely answer them. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.